Hi, I'm Rosa. Thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to show you how I make juice every day. What I put in the juice varies from day to day, but today I have carrots, cucumber, lemon, apple, ginger, and celery. This is the juicer I use and the setup. It's a Breville, and I've had it for over a year. You can see it has some staining from the juices in it. And I keep it on a rolling cart with some extra supplies there, but it's a rolling cart on wheels that I picked up from QVC, and the reason I have it on this is it keeps my counters clear. There you can see Stella. You can hear her drinking water in the background. And these are the juice bottles I use, or they're the glass bottles I use to put the juice in. They're 8-ounce bottles, and I fill them with this funnel. And the reason I use these is so that there's an 8-ounce juice that is completely surrounded by glass. There's only air at the top because juice will oxidize as the day goes on, so I want to keep the nutritional integrity. But if you're making juice, you can put it in one big jar and drink it all at once throughout the day, however you like. I just want to keep the oxidation at a minimum. The first thing I'm going to put in the juicer is the celery, only because my husband likes to have a celery juice first thing in the mornings without anything else in it. On other days, when he doesn't care, I will throw celery into the rest of the juice, and a lot of times I'll throw whatever fruits or vegetables I have that I want to use up in the juice. That's about 4 ounces of juice, give or take. Next, I'm going to put in the ginger and the apples and go from there. I have washed this lemon, and I'm going to cut the rind off and the pith so that I only have the juicy part. And the reason is, if I throw this entire lemon in here, it will make it bitter, but if I only use the juice, it won't be bitter. Here's what the lemon looks like. That was roughly about 5 pounds of carrots that I put in. And it shows that we're at the 70 mark, so 70 ounces, but we really don't have 70 ounces. We have quite a bit of foam in here that's really not drinkable. So let's see how many juices we come up with. We have 7.5 juices, so not quite 64 ounces, maybe just right under 60 ounces of juice. And my husband will have 1 an hour until he runs out. One important thing about the juicer is you want to clean it out as soon as you're done using it, because if it sits, the residue from the fruits and vegetables will make it harder to clean out. And before I completely clean it out, there's one little bit of juice that's still in here that we don't want to go to waste, and it's in this section. So I want to put that in that last jar that was not quite full, and I'll show you. These juices will now go in the refrigerator until we are ready to leave for work, and I'll show you how I pack those for throughout the day. This is the foam I was referring to. You don't necessarily drink that. There's still a little bit of juice down there, but we're going to let it go. You can put it through a strainer and get the juice out. Once I've washed the juicer, I keep mine in the dishwasher with the door ajar to dry throughout the day. That way it keeps it off my counters, but I could put it on a towel on the counters too to dry. And juicing takes me typically 15 minutes from start to finish. That's including washing the juicer. And I also try to do as much as I can the night before. Like put the juicer together on the stand, roll the stand out, make sure that all my carrots are trimmed or anything else that needs preparing is done. It just makes the morning go smoother. This is a cooler that stays in the freezer. It has built-in ice packs, so it stays nice and cold, and this is what we transport the juice in. This stays cold most of the day. This stays cold most of the day. It's made by the brand Packet, and I bought it on Amazon. But this is what my husband takes with the juice so that he can take one out whenever he's ready to drink one, and it stays cold most of the day. It's great for lunches, anything you want, but it's a nice little cooler that folds down into anything. You can put it in your freezer. The reason my husband drinks so much juice is because he was diagnosed with bladder cancer this past summer, and it was a stage 2 muscle invasive bladder cancer. He went to have, he had a tumor, and when the tumor was removed, that's when they diagnosed it with cancer. And the treatment that the doctor suggested was organ removal along with a very intense 4-drug chemotherapy. And his outlook was very bleak. We prayed about it and asked God to lead us, and he decided that treatment wasn't for him, and we sought out everything we could that we could do ourselves to get rid of the cancer. I had read a book called Chris Beat Cancer, and I gave it to my husband as soon as he was diagnosed. And we followed Chris's principles along with the Gerson method, everything that we could glean from that, and any type of other therapies we could find and could afford. And 3 months later, my husband had surgery with biopsies, and the doctor found no cancer in his bladder. 6 months later, which was not that long ago, he went in for a cystoscopy, which he needs to have done every 3 months. And the doctor saw something suspicious in his bladder. He scheduled surgery right after that. And again, praise the Lord, there was no cancer. It was just a suspicious spot that turned out to be nothing. And we're so grateful for that. We're so grateful to God for that. But we really sought him and asked him to guide us. And what we did may not be right for anybody else. We're not doctors. We don't recommend this. This is just what we felt right to do. So he drinks juice every day. to keep the nutrition up in his body so that his immune system can fight anything that comes its way. He was drinking 80 ounces of juice a day, so an 8-ounce juice every hour for 10 hours. And after this last surgery, I dropped it down to about 8, more or less, which is what that picture was. My husband wanted me to drop it down before that, and I kept telling him, let's wait till you're in the clear longer. And that's what we have been doing. Right after he was diagnosed, he was on a plant-based diet, no oil, no salt, no sugar, just as much organic as he could get in his body. And we've slowly been adding more stuff to his diet, but yet we're being mindful of keeping the processed foods and anything else that could be harmful to him out. And as we should all be mindful, whether we have cancer or not. A lot of what ails us today has to do with what we put in our mouths and our bodies. But if you're considering something like this, check with your doctor. Research for yourself. Research all the things you can do. If you're faced with a disease like this, then I know how you feel, and I know that you can get a feeling of desperation and fearfulness, and just seek the Lord, ask Him for guidance. He'll give it to you, and do the things that you know will help you. I hope this video on juicing has helped you and given you some motivation and inspiration just for juicing and for everyday health. And I thank you for watching and look forward to seeing you in the next video.